The Houston Rockets currently have one of the most young and exciting teams in the NBA, and the newest addition to this squad is their third overall pick, Reed Sheppard, who on paper may not be as explosive or dynamic as his other teammates, but I think Sheppard easily has the skill and feel to quickly bring value on both ends of the court. Now, when watching his film, the first thing that stood out to me was Sheppard's defense. Standing at 6'3" and weighing about 185, nothing really jumps out about Sheppard physically, but he's still comfortably holding his own and more at the NBA level. On the ball, Sheppard is just a solid defender, where he's great at moving his feet to keep the offense in front, funneling them into these inefficient in-between pull-ups. And even if the offense is able to create a driving angle and get Reed on their hip, Sheppard still has the physicality and foot speed to work his way back in front of the ball. You'll see him here get completely out of position when defending Jose Alvarado, with his hips pretty much squared up with the baseline. But watch how smoothly he's going to swivel and get himself right back in front. We can see more of that quickness on this play, where Sheppard's able to slide and cut off his left-hand drive, to then also stick with his spin back towards the middle. I also think Sheppard has underrated strength on the ball. I'm not going to say he's on the level of a Drew Holiday, but he's still more than comfortable absorbing bumps from the offense. We'll see him here defending the ball in transition, and while the offense has a full head of steam, Sheppard is still going to cut off his drive, to then eat this contact and make a play on the ball. And that physicality also translates over to Reed's defense off the ball. Watch him here hold his ground against Brandon Ingram, to then fight through his frame and create an angle to get the steal.
Good steal by Sheppard, read it beautifully, will race the other way.
This is now a good time to transition and talk about Sheppard's hand speed. On the ball, Sheppard has both great patience and timing when swiping for steals, where for the most part he plays discipline with his hands up, but if the offense exposes the ball across their frame, it's going to be easy cookies. We'll see him again here defending the ball in transition, and this player is first going to transfer the ball through to then try to draw a foul by getting to this low pickup. But notice how Sheppard stays vertical and doesn't swipe down until the ball is completely exposed. Throughout the preseason, I've also been really impressed with Sheppard's screen navigation, which is one of, if not the most important skill for backcourt defenders to have today. And for being a rookie, Reed already has a great feel of reading screens and taking the right angle. If the pick or handoff is being set below the 3, he knows to fight over to take away the immediate shot. But if the pick is being set well above the 3, Sheppard will simply slide under and turn the whole play into a wash. But what I love is that even if Sheppard is initially out of position or at a disadvantage, he still doesn't give up on the play. We'll see him here initially get caught going over the screen, giving his man a clear angle to get downhill. But notice how Sheppard is going to aggressively get on his hip, to then fight and scrap for the steal. So as a backcourt defender right now, I think Reed Sheppard is already a plus defender for the Rockets. There's obviously still some unanswered questions. We don't know how he's going to hold up against the elite perimeter scorers, and we've only seen a small sample size of games. But I still think Sheppard has a solid defensive foundation. He's got good quickness and strength, he's very scrappy and doesn't give up on plays, plus he already looks comfortable navigating through NBA sets. Now, when switching over and looking at Sheppard's offense, I think he's going to bring immediate value as a three-point shooter. And while his percentages throughout the preseason weren't great, Sheppard has still proven throughout college and the summer league that he's a more than capable shot maker, being able to effectively create and make shots both off the catch and dribble. I also think Reed can do a ton of damage in the mid-range, where he's already showing really good pace and navigation in pick and roll. Take this play for example. Sheppard is first going to use his ball screen to his right, to then reset and come back off to his left. And from here, he's got plenty of space to rise up. Now on paper, this may seem like a pretty simple read, but most rookie guards don't have this pace and feel. We'll see him here turn the corner off the screen to his right, to then briefly slow down and lift his chest up. And watch him here explode into 1-pound dribble and rise up for a clean left-right jumper. We'll see him use the same move here, by again hesitating off the screen, but now he's going to drop down into an aggressive 2-dribble pull-up. And like you've seen on pretty much all these clips, Sheppard's body control is elite when setting up these looks, being able to attack hard to his spots, to then rise up for a stable jumper. We'll see him here in transition first get to this left to right crossover, and when he feels this defender's stance open up, Sheppard's going to stop on a dime for this left-right pull-up. Coming into this season, I also think Sheppard is going to bring a ton of value as a playmaker. I wouldn't say he's a super advanced passer right now, but he does consistently make the right decision with the ball. Plus, he's already got a good feel of the court when operating at pick and roll, being able to read the entire floor and pick apart the help side defense. Watch him here read this defender sticking down to tag the roller, opening up this dime back to Dillon Brooks.
Across the crowd, leads to this, leads to that.
So overall, that's where I think Sheppard does his best work offensively. He can knock down threes off the dribble and catch. He's already a pretty advanced in-between scorer, while also being a solid decision maker with the ball. But having said that, I still think Reed has a lot of room for improvement with his on-ball creation. The first thing we can look at is his rim finishing. So far, Reed's had a hard time dealing with NBA size and length, where right now he lacks the skill and confidence to consistently finish in traffic. There were many plays where he gets sped up and rushes shots, or just outright avoids conflict at the rim. Now, I think Sheppard does have the tools and skills to get all the way to the basket. I just still think he's adjusting to the NBA athleticism. Like here, he's going to again hit that right hand hezzy off the screen, which lifts the defense up and gives Sheppard a clear driving angle. And from this spot, I would love to see Sheppard initiate contact back into this big and get this finish, but he elects to spray the ball out. I also think Sheppard could add a little bit more depth to his pick and roll game. There were times where he was too eager to crank up a quick three, while also being a little uncomfortable keeping his dribble alive and probing in traffic. But all this stuff for the most part gets cleaned up with reps and experience. And I don't think Houston right now needs Sheppard to be this big time on-ball creator. They've already got Jalen Green, Sengun, Van Vliet, plus a bunch of other young and talented pieces. I think for the most part, Sheppard is going to be a connective piece in Houston's offense by either spotting up, being used as a screener, or making simple reads out of pick and roll. And I think that's Sheppard's biggest offensive plus right now. He may not be this monster on-ball scorer or creator, but his outside shooting and feel of the game will allow him to fit in pretty much any lineup. You can run the offense through Green or Sengun and use Sheppard as an off-ball screener, or you can run the offense through him and get great looks out of pick and roll. So overall, I think Reed Sheppard is going to immediately be a valuable bench player for the Rockets. He's already a plus defender, and he's got the tools to fit and bring value in any lineup offensively. I do think he has some room for improvement with his on-ball creation, but that's not really what the Rockets need him to do this year. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of Reed Sheppard's game. The kid's here.